Our visitors have departed. It's been lots of fun having them, but right now we have a problem to resolve as our water tanks are getting very low. With bad weather coming, we head into Berkeley to get bottled water from the supermarket. We don't like using bottled water, but right now we don't have much choice. We'll use what's left in our tank for dishes and showers, and the bottled water ensures we have enough left for drinking and cooking. We normally get water from marinas, but with the weather about to turn bad, they are full of boats taking shelter. So we'll just have to wait.
Hey, perfect. Maybe leave one out. Great, thank you.
But then we completely run out of water in our tanks and are forced to use bottled water for showers as well.
There. Less of the leader.
We're out of water, and so I went to the little marina on the other side of the bay here and spoke to a young man there who told me that they were completely full, but when I told him I couldn't find water anywhere else, he spoke to his boss and they'd found a berth for us. But it's 20 euros cash. I don't have any cash. So we're just off into town to find a bank to get some cash.
So we've now had 2 days without water from the boat, and it hasn't been difficult at all. So toilet hasn't been a problem at all because our toilet uses salt water. So we've actually been fine. But
yeah, you say that, but I'm not sure how much we smell right now, though. I think we're okay.
Swim is okay, and our shower gel works in salt water just fine.
Yes, and just a good liberal amount of deodorant in the water. Anyway,
Part of the life. We're getting water. So we've got a spot for about an hour, but he said don't worry too much about the time. So I might accidentally let the hose flick over the deck as I pull it out and give it all a bit of a spray down. The deck has a kind of a yellowish mud to it when I squirt it. It looks like it's dust does it come up from Africa?
Yeah.
Got Sahara dust here.
so it's a very nice crew here at this marina. They're very friendly. So it's just a few pontoons and a few boats on moorings, which is pretty common for this part of Italy from what we've seen.
So we've just come back from getting our water, and now the last task is to pick up Bob. So to save us putting Bob up on the deck, we decided just to drop him on his own little anchor. You can see him just over there behind me. And now the only way to pick him up is for Richard to dive in and swim over to get him.
That's not too bad, honey. We're just about back in exactly the same spot.
Exactly.
One could argue that we are, because I dropped the anchor just off the transom.
We regularly have to clean the stainless. It gets dirty with mostly salt spray. When we're out, we'll often clean it with salt water. I know it seems like we're just adding more salt, but at least it takes off the crystals. And we've been short of water lately. So we haven't washed it with soap for about a week and a half maybe. But you can see little bits of rust starts to appear in the corners. That's actually my toothbrush. I have donated my toothbrush to this cause because we didn't have a brush small enough. That's all I have to do. And a wipe over. This isn't just salt spray from sailing. You can see it's got a bit of a brownish tinge. We've had some really strong winds in the last 2 days, and in this area we're in Italy, the wind comes over from Africa, so it gets that golden dust from the desert, and that's some of the stuff I'm wiping off. But there we are, all clean. That's all we have to do. You can see the salt crystals along here that actually just wipe off. You can almost peel them off. It's all salt. Just need the toothbrush for the little bits and my my cloth should do the rest. So today we're having an expedition away from the boat. We've caught a bus. We've actually caught the wrong bus. We've ended up on some suburban train line, but we think we're back on track.
Well, yeah, no pun intended, but yes, I think we're on the track to Naples, and then we've got another train out to Herculaneum.
Yes. So a day visit in Herculaneum. Hopefully not too hot. Hopefully we'll manage it. But down here you can see the arched kind of rooms. They were boat houses because this is where the water was. And it all got filled in by the eruption. And now the water So we've just finished our tour. Well, we've taken ourselves on a tour of Herculaneum, and now it rains as we just leave it.
We've had a bit of everything today.
And that thunder does sound a little bit like Vesuvius getting angry.
I think we better finish this off, but it's been pretty cool.
So after a week at the lovely town of Sicily, just in the Bay of Naples, we head off.
Yeah, we came for just a couple of days, and we liked it so much we stayed a week. We had some strong winds here for about a day and a half, about 25 knots, so this was a good place to ride them out. But as we've explored more into the town, it's been really rewarding and really beautiful, and we had probably one of those experiences last night that you just can't reward and capture. But just walking down the main street, which has no cars on it, and just seeing everybody out on a Friday night. And then we run into a guy that...
had a dog.
Yes.
It's because he had a dog, and the dogs are great people introduce us. So we met the dog, Sammy, and then we met Sammy's owners and had a lovely conversation, partly in English, partly in Italian. His English was better than our Italian.
Yeah.
But we managed. It was really nice.
It was nice.
Yeah. And then we went back to a restaurant we'd been to the day before, and they were so pleased to see us. I felt like we were coming home.
Yes. So today we're heading across the Bay of Naples towards Sorrento. Well, we're actually going between Sorrento and Capri, which is a large island off the end of the Sorrento Peninsula there. Yeah. And we're going to tuck in behind the peninsula because we're expecting some northwesterlies tonight, so we need to get out of that. But the first job is getting our anchor up out of here, and we've done it, how many? 3 times?
From here?
Yeah.
This is a really tricky anchorage because there's an old fish farm underneath, and we have seen 3, 4 people easy get stuck with pulling up things like 1.5 meters worth of steel.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of steel.
Yeah.
So another successful lift. So that's good. That's 4 out of 4.
Yesterday we spent the day at Herculaneum, and it's lovely to see Mount Vesuvius rising up from the water just behind me here. It seems a lot bigger when you see it from the water.
We're just coming up to Sorrento on our port side. the peninsula pokes out and Sorrento's on the end here. It's quite easy to see how the Sorrento was named in Melbourne or in Victoria. The peninsula shape is very similar, the location on the peninsula is very similar. We've got Capri over on our starboard side. Having a nice Code Zero sail at the moment. I think another half an hour and we should be out behind the peninsula here, and we're going to look for an anchorage on the other side to get out of the wind.
Faithful Christian.
We're just about to pull up anchor from Amalfi. I think we'd say we're in Amalfi.
Yes.
We're certainly on the Amalfi coast, but Amalfi, the town, is just a little bit down that way. We just watched a ferry, would you call it?
Yeah.
A boat taking passengers, pull into this tiny beach and actually literally pull onto the beach, like mounted the sand.
Yeah. So there's sort of really two ways to get onto the beach. One is to get there by ferry boats, or the other, if you are fit, is to climb down from the road about, I don't know, was it 100 metres?
No! Oh, 100 straight vertical.
Vertical. Yeah.
By the time you do the stairs, I reckon it would be more than half a kilometre of walking up these stairs. We'll try and show you, but unless you can see a tiny person walking on the stairs, it's hard to fathom the scale of this. A huge vertical rock. So we had a lovely calm night after about 8:30 or 9 p.m. and until about 9 a.m. But during the day, it is a huge amount of traffic. There are these boats that belong to cafes and restaurants. I think that they pick up people from beaches or their own boats, but they are constant. There's quite a few of them, as well as all the day trippers who come and anchor. So you can see we're moving around quite a bit. It's time to get out of here.
All right, let's lift the anchor.
You can just spend all day looking at the different buildings and the different gardens and the architecture, and there's old forts and ruins. It's just so much to see. It's beautiful.
It's much calmer out here. We've got 4.7 knots coming at 50 degrees, so we're just flying the Code Zero, doing about 3.3 knots. I expect the wind is going to clock around a little bit to the right and build as the day goes on, which is good. We're just going across the bay to Agripoli.
Mid-passage report. Winds have been sitting about 8 to 10 knots. Boat speed 6 to 7.5. Beautiful Code Zero sail. Wind angle's about 76 to 80. True. So we're going along quite nicely. I think it's probably about another 3 hours and we should be across. I'm expecting the wind might build a little bit more, but we'll see.
We're doing just over 8 knots and about 12 knots of breeze. You can see the water's a little bit choppy, but the boat is so smooth. Look at this. We'll pull down the Code Zero. We've just got the main up and we're pulling into our anchorage for tonight and maybe for a few nights, which is Agripoli. Most importantly, they have several laundromats so we can get our washing done.
It's about 3 in the morning, and I think we're going to rename Agripoli to Roly-Poly. So what's happened is that we've got the swell coming in over here, which was beautiful earlier in the night because we had the wind coming in over there. but now the wind has changed around 90 degrees to be right across the swell. So now we're sitting in line with the breeze most of the time and rocking in the swell. And sometimes that rock is pretty violent. So yeah, we were going to do laundry tomorrow morning, but I think that's not going to happen now. I think we'll just get out of here and go a little bit further south and get somewhere where we can stay for a few days that's nice and protected from this swell that sort of runs through from the north. So we need to tuck around somewhere that's got a bit of protection from it. Anyway, that's boating life. Can't complain because I don't have to get up to work. So just have to do things at odd times of the day now and again.
I'll start with an apology. That's my engine alarm in the background. But one of the things we have spoken about is the logistical challenge of living on a boat. And we found probably a couple of the good ways is to use Amazon, but you still got to go pick stuff up, anchor the boat, etc. I found an online chandlery which is really good, and they do UPS location drop-offs. But sometimes when you need something, all you do is you pick it up from the ocean. We quite often see a lot of things floating around in the ocean, and we try to pick up as much as we can. And we just saw this and realised it's a big cushion off the back of a powerboat. I think they've probably been blasting along at 30 knots or something or other, and it's ripped off the back, and because of all the noise of the motor and the wind, they haven't even noticed that it's gone. So this is superb. This will make our cockpit cushions. So we only had it on board probably 5 minutes, and Jude was already measuring up.
It's beautiful.
Join us for our next episode, where we explore the delightful seaside town of Scario, and finally get to do our laundry.